So what's the Rivian? This is obviously a release.
What's a Rivian?
Yeah.
This is the Rivian. It's a pickup truck, basically a full electric pickup truck, 400 miles range, 800 horsepower, incredible off-road and on-road capabilities.
What's the range again?
400 miles. So we have 3 different battery options. The smallest battery pack is 105 kilowatt hours, the largest is 180 kilowatt hours, and there's a 135 kilowatt hour pack in the middle. The 180 kilowatt hour pack gives you your 400 plus mile range.
So is it good for towing?
Is it good for towing? Very, very good for towing. So the powertrain is essentially 4 electric motors, 150 horsepower per motor. You've got, 150 kilowatts per motor. You've got 3,500 newton meters of torque per wheel, which 14,000 newton meters for towing. So here in America, that's 12,000 pounds, or in Australia, 5,000 kilos, 5 ton, which is incredible towing. Obviously, there's some small range reduction in what you tow, but that's dependent on your trailer and your number of axles and all the rest. So in terms of towing, probably the best attribute for towing is having a lot of torque, and that we have in droves, and it's also available from 0 RPM. So the moment you want to pull your boat out of the water, or you want to kind of back your giant trailer into the backyard, you've got all the torque you need, and it's extremely good and easy to control.
When's it going to be released, and what sort of price are we looking at?
So in the US market, late 2020. Price point is $69,000 US, and that buys you the 105 kilowatt hour pack. The specification beyond that, so 135 and 180 kilowatt hour packs haven't been defined yet, but we have, so 69,000, that's pre the federal rebate, 72,000 for the SUV.
So when's it going to be in Australia?
Great question. I don't know, but Australia is one of our most attractive markets, and we have a huge amount of interest from the Australian market, so I suspect it'll be up there after the US. We're really interested in it. I'm Australian. If I can get it there as quick as possible, I'll do everything in my power to do that. I think it's ideally suited for the Australian market, to be honest.
And what's the feedback you've been getting on it?
All positive. I mean, it's astonishing, really. We're here at the Overland show in Flagstaff in Arizona, and we came here deliberately to try and access the market of people and the mindsets that we are trying to attract, and that we think that we are building this vehicle for. Not exclusively, but ultimately the creativity of the people here and the knowledge of the people here about four-wheel driving, overlanding, that help us to build a better product, and also that we can identify if we're attracting the right market. We're here for that reason, and just yesterday and today, the amount of good, positive feedback we're getting is astonishing, and I think we're onto something.
So
just got to deliver
electric,
it.
so what's it like crossing creeks and rivers and things?
Well, I mean, it's specifically designed to go a meter underwater. It'll go more than that, in fact. Submarines are electric, so we don't have a problem going underwater. It's just a matter of meeting your IP rating or your water ingress requirements, which we've done. So everything is designed from scratch to be able to do that. And ultimately, the only reason we can't go into deeper water is because the volume of air in your cabin is so much that you'd lift the vehicle, you'd float down the stream.
And the most important thing, what's it like to drive?
Awesome. What's it like to drive? I don't know how to describe it, but we have a benchmarking set of vehicles, and they represent the corner cases in the SUV and pickup truck market, the best of the best. And when I joined Rivian, I was tasked with achieving those goals of bettering all of that range of vehicles, and that's a really difficult thing to take on. But where you start is with a electric powertrain that's astonishingly powerful, has this like super accurate torque control and management of all your kind of slip control at the wheels, which enables us to deliver performance that most other manufacturers can't. We've got a really low center of gravity compared with any other pickup truck out there, and we are targeting a super low mass. So a lot of bright engineers doing some excellent engineering to deliver that, but ultimately we have vehicle dynamicists, aerodynamicists, MVH engineers who are highly competent in their fields, that are working to make something that drives in a superior way to anything. And we drove this last weekend. The platform at least is highly developed, and it already demonstrates this immense breadth of performance. So you can just as an example, we've fit a suspension system in this vehicle that is it's called a kinetic system, and what it enables is for the vehicle to go over a very high articulation surface and then immediately drive off that surface without touching a button, without disconnecting an anti-roll bar. There are no anti-roll bars. Straight onto a track or a really fun twisty bit of road and be as engaged as if you were in a race car. And the performance breadth is just astonishing. So is it good to drive? It's just mega. We have people in the business, including myself, that have come from a sports car background that have delivered some of the, I'd like to say, some of the best sports cars in the world. And we're focused on delivering a driving experience as well as trying to achieve all the attributes that, are incredible off-roading capability. So you should be able to get both. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm impressed.
So climbing hills and gradients and rock crawling and sand driving and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean. Again, back to the core architecture of the vehicle, it just enables something that no internal combustion engine vehicle can do today. Today you have you have an engine, you have a power plant that's producing all the torque and the power in the front of the vehicle. You then mechanically have to distribute that to all the four wheels, and there is no way to do that without losses and to do it accurately and without inertia and in a way that can get close to matching the performance of what these electric motors can do. The grounded torque, as I said before, is 3,500 Newton meters per wheel, and that's more than enough to get you up any hill. And one huge advantage for electric vehicles is that you can control really, really accurately the slip or the torque at any given wheel. For the surface it's on. So if you have a very high grip on one corner and a very low grip on another, you can control that wheel optimally for the surface that it's sitting on. You cannot do the same in any modern four-wheel drive that's with an internal combustion engine that relies on mechanical systems. So it's kind of astonishing, and the technology, it's funny that no one thought about applying this to four-wheel drives before, but it's it's a perfect scenario.
So if you're out in the bush,
Yep.
and you've done your 400 miles,
Yep.
is there any options for some outback charging?
Call a friend? No. There today. So within the US, at least straight up, we are focused. Rivian is trying to build out our own charger network that is nearby a lot of the favoured spots to go four-wheel driving. I think what's interesting to note is that, and I know this scenario is a little different in Australia, but what you tend to do here is you drive along roads to four-wheel driving locations like Moab's a great example, and then you do some really challenging four-wheel driving and see some beautiful views, but the total miles that you need to travel from those locations is not a lot. So you might do 40 miles in a day at 10 miles an hour, and it's your fast charger network that we intend to roll out can just be ideally located near to those venues. In Australia, it's a bit of a different story, but ultimately any 110 volt, in Australia, 240 volt power source is going to provide you the opportunity to charge. So if you imagine like a country, anywhere where there's a house that's got lights on, you can charge there. And that's not the case for an internal combustion engine. You need to find a fuel station. So I guess I wouldn't sell it short just based on its electrical architecture just yet.
No, it's good.
You can also set up solar charging. It's entirely possible. It's slow. It's slow, and you need to trickle charge.
Yeah.
But ultimately, for a lot of overlanding solutions or off-road camping in Australia, you might go somewhere and camp for a couple of days. And if you've got a couple of days and some good charging set up with solar, you might fill a third of the battery. You might fill like 20% of the pack, but that's still going to get you somewhere. That'll get you, a good amount of extra range for nothing.
It's a new normal.
It's a new normal. You got to reconsider the way you approach your day. Yeah.
So to sum up, how would you describe this vehicle?
Don't like the terminology game changer, but it really changed. I mean, we came in to do something that hasn't been done before, and to satisfy the likes of the people here and myself. Actually, I mean, I joined Rivian because this is what I want. It's everything that I want. I enjoy mountain biking, surfing. I love traveling. I want to get the kid in the back. Actually, that is everything to me. You've got lockable storage in the front. You've got a gear tunnel that's adaptable. It's got power available in the gear tunnel. You've got power available in the bed. It'll be 240 volt in the bed. You've got a 12 volt system on the car. There's literally nothing you can't do here. And then you've got, if you buy the biggest pack, 180 kilowatt hours of storage. and that'd keep your whole house going for for a week. So ultimately, I just think we're making a product that the world hasn't seen before, and that's why I'm here. So what I talked about before, you've got your front storage, but then you've got your gear tunnel, and ultimately, if you bought it stock, you've got this huge space. I don't know if you can see in there, but you've got this huge space where in an internal combustion engine car you'd have a fuel tank. It's now available to us, so you can store anything in there. You could chuck a shortboard in there, you can chuck your surfboard in there, so your snowboard, whatever you want, and it's pretty adaptable, so we'll have power available in there. Lots of different solutions, accessory solutions that we'll probably have manufacturers look at providing for us. So the tick boxes, it's endless really, and use your imagination. So we do have a stove on the other side, and at the moment that's a concept, but it's a great one, and I think that's, if you, we'll take you around and have a look. One of the benefits of this, again, you got this is lockable. When you fold it down, you can sit on it, so you can just, chill out, change your shoes, get ready, gear up. We got a tent on the back today, but what enables it, one of the enablers is we've got these rack bars that are extendable, so you can put them on the roof there and you can put them on the back, however you want to use them. So you buy one set of rack bars and they're adaptable. If you come around the other side, here we have it. So this basically folds up. I won't fold it up now, we've got some gear on it, but this folds up and slides right into the gear tunnel. So you can imagine you go camping, pull it out, you've got an induction stove, we've got somewhere back here, so we can boil the kettle. And obviously you're not constrained by 110 volt in the US, but you don't care about that in Australia. So you got your stove, that folds out, you've got in here, we have a sink. You got your drain, sink, somewhere in here is you got water in there. And as I said, this is just a concept today, but we intend to offer these kind of solutions for the gear tunnel and any, use your imagination again. If you've got power in the tunnel, you could fit anything, right? If you were, imagine you were a laborer and you wanted to have all your drills charging, you can do that. You can run just about anything off a high voltage pack. So we can. Yeah, we got touchscreen, so it's fully connected. The idea is that you interface with just about everything on the vehicle through this central touchscreen, and then you've got your cluster to give you all your normal information. We're going to have some off-road maps available. You've got all your normal connectivity features, and music, and literally everything that you could want from a center console. The park neutral drive, you can scroll through options on the screen using the controls on the steering. Then ultimately drive controls, maybe something we didn't cover earlier. We're implementing the one pedal mode driving that enables you to kind of go without the brake. So you can utilize just the throttle pedal to accelerate, and when you come off the throttle pedal, it'll brake you all the way to 0. That'll be adjustable as well. And then through this screen here, we're intending to implement a lot of four-wheel driving features, so surround view, the capability to kind of look through the bonnet, look through the hood that is enabled by the autonomous driving feature set that we have, so the camera set. The other thing is there'll be drive modes, so for four-wheel driving, access to comfort modes, access to different ride heights, all of that available through this central touchscreen. After a while, I realized that I wasn't doing what I wanted to do to deliver something back to the world and make it a better place. That's what we're doing here. When I look at what car I wanted to buy, I can never find exactly what it is I want. Actually, the car I want is the one that we're building.